For Combat Sports UK with and new welterweight Cage Warriors champion Justin Burlinson. Justin, your story, it's like something out of a Rocky movie, and that fight completely resembles it. I was at Cage Warriors Belfast just a few years ago when you fought for this exact same title against Rhys McKee. You come out on the wrong end of that fight. Since then, you know, you've got diagnosed with testicular cancer, you had the knee injury, you've had to overcome all of that.
The Contender Series.
Contender Series as well.
The visa the second time. I was meant to be on there the second time, but my visa didn't come back in time, and then I just totally lost that chance.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of adversity. Can you kind of summarise your emotions right now and finally having that belt around your shoulder?
I don't know. I feel like it hasn't really set in. You know what I mean? The past couple of years has been crazy. You know what I mean? It's been ups and downs, mostly down, but now I'm up. You know what I mean? I'm back on top, so it feels good. You know what I mean?
What kind of advice would you have to someone that is going through adversity? You're a prime example of how you can come out the other end and they end up, you know, there might be gold at the end of it. What advice would you have to ones that is going through adversity right now and wants to get through it?
I mean, you can take motivation from anyone. People might take it from me, but like, look at Volkanovski the other week. He's been knocked out a couple of times and everyone just wrote him off. Everyone thought he was done. But like he said, adversity is a privilege. You know what I mean? It's just, if you get through that adversity, you get that feeling that not many people on the earth will ever feel in their life. You know what I mean? So it's some feeling. You know what I mean? It's some buzz.
And just on that fight with James Sheehan, Ian Garry spoke about it during the week, and he said it's the Irish James Sheehan against the English James Sheehan. It looked like and there it was back and forth. It was a brawl. There was striking on the feet. There was grappling. It looked like he might have got you out there at times, and of course you finished it with the guillotine. Is that the kind of fight you're expecting in there?
Yeah. I mean, did Ian Garry finish him?
Ian Garry? No, he didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Who's finished James before? No one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's fought Oban Elliott, Ian Garry, Matt Bonner, all top guys. Two of them in the UFC now. Ian Garry's fighting tonight. Top 5 guy in the UFC, and he couldn't get James out of there, and I got him out there. In the later rounds where people thought I was going to get stopped, you know what I mean? And I came back and got him out there, and he was meant to be going to the Contender Series or the UFC after this, and I went out there and finished him, got the bonus, got the belt. How could I be denied? You know what I mean?
Of course, you flirted with the UFC before. You had the opportunity in the Contender Series, and then obviously the second time, the visa issues, as you mentioned. Do you feel that the Contender Series is right for you again, or do you think you deserve to get straight into the UFC? As you said, no one's finished James Sheehan. Some of them UFC fighters, Oban Elliott doing really well, Ian Garry, of course, fighting tonight, doing excellent. They couldn't finish him, and you did. Does that not show enough that you are at the level to fight in the UFC?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, how can you say no? How can you say I'm not ready for the UFC if them guys are fighting at the top level, getting bonuses, fighting top 5 guys, and they couldn't finish James, and I've just finished him in the later rounds. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think I'm more than deserving to just get the UFC call up. But if it's a Contender Series again, I'll go that route and I'll get to the UFC either way.
I look forward to seeing it. Congratulations again, Justin. A great performance.